That's my fucking bag! That's my bag! Do you see what he's doing? He's destroying my bag! I paid £8 for that! Look! I got that from Devon Market! I got that from Devon Market!
How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about a very peculiar individual. Meet ShopPOV, a young man from the London area with a penchant for stealing. But unlike most other shoplifters who would prefer to remain discreet and actually try to get away with their crimes, ShopPOV subverts all expectations and does the opposite. He documents his entire journey to the store, records the security officers just trying to do their job, and crashes out on everyone when he is eventually caught. Almost every store that ShopPOV enters, he's been banned from for his past crimes, but that doesn't seem to faze him, and it doesn't just end there. He's also been known to steal animals, money, just basically anything, along with the sanity of all the poor employees who had the unfortunate pleasure of having to deal with him. It's so bad it almost seems like he's fishing for these negative responses. So let's start off with that. ShopPOV going to a store that he knows he's been banned from in the past, and where the security officers hover over him like a second shadow because they know he's stealing again.
Called Aldi. And it's a store that I had a bad encounter with. Now the encounter did put me off from going for quite some time. However, I did mention I wanted to go back but film to see if I get the same treatment as I did before. It does sound like, in a way, I'm fishing for like weird shit, I guess you would say. But I got £1, I'm going to buy a drink. If there is a scenario that I get falsely accused of stealing, I never do that. Why would I do that when I get loads of money? Come on, it's not worth it. If there's a chance that happens, I hope I get it on video, because I would able to forward that to the police, have them investigate for discrimination and defamation. Earlier in the video I just showed you I got £1. In case if people missed it, see, look, I got £1. And Aldi usually sell drinks for £1, so there is no reason for me to be stealing. Like I said, I already got mentioned I got a drink, I got a Red Bull in there. The news ain't lying that Aldi has some good prices, but is the staff members good? Let's see. Yeah? I got this from the Devon Market, see?
Okay.
Yeah. Devon Market, including the laptop. I was in there because I was looking for the charging cable. I'm also tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about this one? This one is from here. This one is from here.
I got it from the Devon. I don't think you know what the Devon Market Yard is.
No, this one.
Well, it's a second-hand market stall that sells like a lot of items you think of: food, clothing, electronics, laptops, for example, appliances. I did not get those from here.
And this?
All these, what you see in the bag now, I got from the Devon Market. They sell food. I'll show you a picture, but I don't have data on my phone.
Yeah, we need a picture of this. We need to see.
I would take. Hold on, give it.
Hold on.
I got it from the Devon Market Yard.
Hold on, that's fine. Hold on.
I would show you a Google. I would show you a Google picture, but the thing is, I don't have data on my phone. See that white there? Peckham. Do not go there. Stole £8 worth of my stuff. Soon as I heard on break, I'm done. I'm done.
If you was just a random person on YouTube clicking through videos and happened to stumble across ShopPOV's channel, you might think at first this is just a young man trying to document bad interactions in stores and potentially help out the business by calling out bad practices. But what you quickly learn is that ShopPOV has no real intentions of that. He will sit there and meander around a store until a security guard walks up to him and asks him what he's doing. Now, walking around a store isn't a crime in itself, but when you've been documented multiple times by the store itself and others in its jurisdiction, you're definitely going to get called out. But ShopPOV just doesn't seem to understand that. And another weird thing ShopPOV does, which makes it more confusing for the security guards when they approach him, is he brings in bags from different places and puts things in them to make it seem like it's from a different store that he's already purchased it from. But he's always called out on this, and the products are normally taken back, which normally leads to the crash out that you just saw. Anytime I've ever walked into a store and I've had something from a previous location, like a drink or something like that, I'll always leave it in the car or throw it in a receptacle just to make sure that there is not a chance of this ever happening. Because if you're a cashier, it can be confusing if you see someone walk in with a drink. Now obviously if you see they had it before they enter, it's not much of a big deal, but these are big retail locations that are harder to manage and keep an eye on stuff like that. And this has happened to ShopPOV so many times you'd think he would learn that lesson, but no, he adamantly still does it, and it's because there is no good intentions within him. He is stealing from these locations and trying to say that he didn't.
Hello. What? I got it from the Deptford Market. If you don't know what the Deptford Market is, it's a second-hand market. It's got it from the Deptford Market, look.
What about this one?
Those came from Deptford Market, those came from Deptford Market.
Did you pay for this one?
Yes, Deptford Market. Would you sell a 70s fan to us? Say
We're
no,
not
exactly.
We're arguing about what is the receipt of this one?
I got it from the Deptford Market, like
What's
I
the
just
receipt of
said.
this? What's the receipt of this one? Yeah?
Don't listen to me.
Don't be swearing at us, we're not swearing
So
at you.
what's the receipt of
What's
this
some
one?
manners, man? We're older than you, we're asking you a question.
And I'm answering you a question.
Yeah, so, okay, listen.
I got it from the Deptford Market, second-hand market. They're still open if you want to go and ask.
Where did you get? What's the receipt?
You don't get a receipt from the Deptford Market because they
You
sell
took it in front of me. You took this thing in front of me.
Call Jeremy.
You took it this front of me.
Chris, call Jeremy.
You took this thing in front of me. This. I saw you when you took it.
Alright? Call Jeremy.
You know what?
Call Jeremy. Yeah? You tried to walk out with these, all and said that you
Me,
saw
I
me.
saw you.
One of them I got
I
from
saw
the Deptford Market.
And then when I'm following
He
you,
destroyed my
swearing at
bag.
me.
He destroyed my bag. I'm going to need a new bag now. That cost me
Police is
£8.
coming. Police is coming for me.
Frank, no need to-
Listen,
Listen,
one of those I got from the Deptford Market. He knows that.
Who knows that?
He's seen in the bag. He's looked in the bag. I saw him with my eyes. No, I don't want to talk to you.
Police is on his way. Police.
I don't want to talk to you. You see what happens? You see what happens? Stole my shit. Stole my fan. I tell you now, I'm gonna have to go sports. I'm about to get a new bag now. Tore a f***ing hole in it as well. What else did he steal? That's about it really. I knew that was going to happen.
Never once have I been accused of stealing from somewhere, and if I ever was, it would be very easy to prove because you just pull out your receipt and show them that, hey, I did buy it from this store. But ShopPOV in the past has claimed that he doesn't care for receipts. They're just pieces of paper that mean absolutely nothing to him, and as soon as he gets them, he immediately bins them. But if this was to happen to you constantly, I mean just about every time ShopPOV leaves his house, wouldn't you start carrying around the receipts? It's a simple measure so that this can never happen to you again, and if I was continued to be pressured by these security guards and accused of stealing, I wouldn't return either. But that's not what's going on. ShopPOV knows he's stolen from these places, and he's trying to get away from having to deal with the responsibilities. When the security guard confronts him, you can clearly hear him say that he watched him pick up these fans and leave the store. And as soon as the security guard says, I'm going to call the cops, ShopPOV grabs his bag, the only thing he actually owned, and immediately flees so he doesn't get a ticket or arrested or whatever the UK police is going to do with him. And the craziest part is when Sticky Fingers McGee gets caught, he tries to gaslight people and lie his way out of the situation, and that's something that ShopPOV does a lot. He's a bad liar, and you're going to see that very clearly in the next video that I'm going to show you. ShopPOV steals a dog from one of his neighbors or friends. It's kind of hard to tell, and when he gets on camera, he tries to spin it as this was his the whole time and that everyone else is in the wrong. And ShopPOV's mother also seems to have the same habits as well, stealing the dog and trying to claim that it's hers. It seems to be a learned behavior by him.
I have never, ever went through this before. Never ever thought in my life I would be put through this situation. It's still fresh. It happened just yesterday. My dog has been stolen, and I'm going to explain in full goddamn detail how my dog got stolen. Invited a friend over. I'm guessing that's what happened, by the way. Invited a friend over. That friend so happens to have a dog with him who did a massive shit on the floor. A caretaker was over there at the time, saw what looked like dog shit, and reported it to the landlords. Jack can't say the dog is his because he doesn't have the details. It's still our dog, my and my mother's dog. Sorry if I'm all over the place. It's f***ing up my mind right now. Like I said, Jack doesn't have the details. He doesn't have the microchip details. He doesn't know the age of the dog. Therefore, he cannot say the dog is his.
Can you just say, don't push me? Jackson, come in.
Even though you could not exactly see what happened, you can make out what happened. I needed to go to the toilet because I almost crapped myself. I mean, it was a situation that's so bad I forgot to go to the toilet, so I had to quickly race to the toilet. But I do have some extra footage I want to share. I am never, ever, ever going to do this again. Jesus Christ, what a f***ing shit show that is.
So I want you guys to notice something. Do you notice how upset ShopPOV is in this video? Not very. He seems far more upset when he goes to a location and he claims that the security guards are quote-unquote stealing from him. But right now, he seems very relaxed. He seems like he's just trying to spread a lie because he got embarrassed. Now, like I said, I've never been to a store and someone accused me of stealing, but someone has stolen my animal before in the past, and I got it back very easily because guess what? It was my animal. If it's your animal, they're going to listen to you. And if you live in an apartment complex where people know that's your dog, well, then you have a ton of witnesses. And when the cops come, they don't immediately arrest the guy. They don't take the dog back. They blame the mom and ShopPOV for acting like madmen out there. And ShopPOV was so heavily invested into this, he forgot to use the bathroom. He doesn't even try to defend his mother. Something weird is going on here. And when I was asking about this situation, it was made very clear to me that ShopPOV has never owned a dog before. He does own cats, however, and this dog just randomly pops up one day. And when this Jack guy comes to get his dog back that was stolen from him, ShopPOV begins to record, accuse the man, and tries to spread lies about him on the internet. And if this was truly ShopPOV's dog, I would be doing everything in my power to get him back. I really wouldn't care what the police had to say or the guy stealing my dog. He would be back in my house that day, especially if he's within my sight. And you would think that you could just easily yell for your dog and they would approach you, try to leave with you, but no, that's not what's happening. The dog doesn't try to return to them. All that occurs is that a police report was made and his mom has to go to court, not Jack for some suspicious reason that ShopPOV gladly leaves out. And this all occurred 3 weeks ago, maybe a month at the time of this recording, and there's been no mention of it again. The only thing that has been mentioned is he's thinking of moving out of the apartment complex that he's been living in for 7 years, but that doesn't occur either. What seems to be what most likely happened is that guy was in the apartment complex, he let his dog run loose one day, which you shouldn't do as a dog owner, but he probably had some confidence since he probably done it a few times. ShopPOV spotted this and pulled his old sticky fingers routine and grabbed the dog, tried to lock him up in his apartment, and when discovered, all hell breaks loose. And not just in ShopPOV's pants, leading to his mom to crash out while ShopPOV just cowers in the corner.
Third time this f***ing happened. B&Q, not B&Q, sorry, B&M's, Cholton, don't go. They steal your shit. Drama over this. They stole my shit. I had a fan, you know, I had two fans, two Ben Ross fans, and they just stole it off me again. Stupid f***ing hell. Never been that angry in my life. I wanted to get this, that's all I asked for. Don't go in there, they will steal your crap, do not go in there. They took one of my Ben Ross 9-inch fans, don't go in there. In B&M's, don't go in there, they steal your stuff. I only went in there for this. Came out with only one 9-inch fan. The piss take. Don't go in there. This is just out of hand. There is many things don't do to a customer. So many things. The four obvious ones is don't steal from customers whenever it's overcharging or do what the fuck they did. 2, be kind, don't have a negative attitude, don't be a dick towards them. 3, be truthful towards customers. And 4, if they ask you for help or they tell you, do you have this, have that, talk to them. Fucking embarrass me, man. I'm gonna make this video long as possible because I want people to know that I go through this shit. Not just one store, not just 2 stores, multiple stores across London. I never get this 5 years ago, ever. I may get verbally abused at, but that's really it. I want to have a word with her one-to-one.
As long as you ease my concerns, I'll have a word with them, alright?
I want to have a word with them myself, because this is slander. I'm being defamated.
No, you're not, mate. We're just having a conversation.
Well, she's saying I've been doing this, doing that. I haven't.
No, I appreciate that, mate.
So I want to have a talk with her. I want to have a talk with him or her, whoever she is. I want to have a talk.
This really. Can you stay here for me? This looks like one of ours. I'm going to have a quick look just to make sure it's not, and then I'll come back and give it back to you, alright?
Alright, but I want to have a talk to her. Whoever this is, him or her, bring her outside. I am beyond pissed. Look at this. This is the range at Croydon. I want to have a word, and it's going to be recorded on video. I'm not happy.
It's just that table fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to bother you, mate. I've had a word with that staff member.
I want to have a talk to him and her in person, because I want to personally tell her what she did or he.
No, don't worry, mate. I've had a word. I've had a strong word with them.
Well, I want to have a word with them myself.
I can't let you do that, mate. I can't let you do that. That's my job here. But you've been very accommodating, mate.
I'm shaking with anger right
now.
I know,
mate. You've been very accommodating.
Because I want to personally tell him.
I've told him, trust me.
I don't know if that worker is a he or a she. It sounds like something a female would do, because if they want to make some quick money, they can easily make a shitty false allegation. I'm not being offensive, but I would find it hard to believe a guy would do this. If I was that security guard, not only I would scream at her, like I said, telling her what she did is wrong and absolutely stupid. Not only I would fire her on the spot, because I would report her to the manager, I would also have her done for defamation.
ShopPOV claims that in the past that he used to work retail, which I have a hard time believing because, like myself or anyone I've known who's worked in a retail location or anything similar, they don't wake up wanting to have a confrontation with anybody. It's one of the worst part of your days and one of the most annoying ones because you simply want to go about your job, get it over with as quickly as possible, as efficiently as you can, and situations like this just waste your time when you could be doing something far better. You want to move on to the next customer. You never ever want to be dealing with someone thieving and stuff like that. And when I did work at these locations, the last thing I wanted to do was accuse someone of stealing that wasn't stealing. It was something I tried to avoid to the best of my ability, and fortunately I never did, and the people that I did accuse of stealing typically were always stealing because it's incredibly easy to spot, especially when you're just walking around the same location. You're not purchasing anything, you're picking up random items, putting them back. It's very easy to spot a thief. And ShopPOV makes it far worse on himself because he's documenting these interactions and he looks suspicious. Like when you got a camera out and you're acting weird, people are always going to be a little suspect of what's going on here. And I don't think he's ever heard the saying that if you constantly come across the same situation, people are constantly accusing you of something, well then you're most likely the problem. And even when he's having a good interaction like the last person we seen, the guy even said, yeah, I'm pretty sure this fan was from here, but I'm gonna go check. And he was very cordial with ShopPOV, but Shop wants to accuse a woman because for some reason ShopPOV has a strange obsession with fans and women. He loves fans, but he hates women, and he wants to call them out every single time. And you'll hear it, he doesn't even know if it's a woman, he just believes it is because how she's acting. And for some reason, he believes she's fishing for a case against him, which is mildly concerning because he doesn't show any of the interaction that he had with the employee. So it makes me feel like he was doing something very inappropriate to claim that she was trying to earn money off of him because, I mean, if he was just stealing from a store, well then there's no way she can earn money off you. The store's just going to call the police, you're going to get a ticket, or you're going to go to jail. With the amount of times you've been caught stealing from places, you probably should go to jail, which is also weird that he never has because this is such a common occurrence. You can't walk into any store without being accused of stealing or like literally getting caught, so this has to happen all the time.
I just entered this store, what did I do?
That's just face recognition, darling. So this picks up. So if it's not you, there's a number where you can get in contact with, lovely.
I just only came here just to get some bits.
Yeah, but
some
you'll
chocolate.
come up on our face recognition.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything.
But you must be barred from one of the stores, darling, because we're all linked.
Well, I haven't done anything, like I said.
Sorry, but that's the way it is.
You're a joke. You're a joke. Literally, I have done nothing. I was banned for no reason. I haven't done anything. I just entered the store. And apparently, it's so cool, picked up my recognition. You're not linked. I know you're not linked. That is so stupid. My God. What has my country become? If this keeps on happening to me, then I can never go to Home Bargains again because I keep getting mistreated. I can tell those workers were former Tesco employees where they're acting. I decided that I will not go to the Ilford branch. I got a bit curious and with the reviews I saw an alarming amount of people having a similar or the exact same situation as I am. When to leave the store, straight away a security guard and another Iceland worker came up to me, kind of surrounded me in a way, so already got intimidated. I was intimidated. The security guard says, "You got these from here." Talk about the yogurts. And I said, "Don't act stupid with me. You can see that I came into the store with these because you looked at my bag. Remember, these were in this bag, and this bag is see-through. You can see my hand on both sides. On both sides. And maybe not that clear, but you will able to see it." So I said to him, "I don't know what you've been doing with the last hour, but I have arrived in the store with those yogurts. So no, I did not get them from you. They have sold the same yogurts. Yes, I admit, they sold the same yogurts. That's everywhere. Sainsbury's sell them, Asda sell them, Poundland sells them." They took me out the back of the room and wrongfully took a picture of me. Even made sure the phone is way up towards my face. I'm like, my face ain't small, Jesus. Like, he wanted to make sure I get every detail. Like, I will admit, the phone's so close. I wanted to smack it out of his hands, but I didn't, because I'm not going to go to jail for criminal damage, even though his wife deserves self-defense, but people say otherwise.
The last couple of clips really showcase just how bad of a liar that Shop really is. When he's having a confrontation with that woman, he is adamant that there has never been a picture taken of him, that he has never been into one of those stores, and that he is not a thief. But then, quickly, in a couple videos later, he goes on to explain that yes, he got caught stealing again. The security guard rightfully took him into the back, said, "Hey, we're going to take your picture, we're going to put it up into our database so that you can never steal from us again, and above all that, we can ban you from every establishment that we own," which is a common occurrence, and it's so weird that he's like 20 years old, and he should understand this better than most people, that this isn't like the old times where you just hang a picture up in the back room that says, "Hey, that guy stole from us once, don't allow him back in here." There's security systems that can see your face, send it across the database, warn the manager and asset protection saying, "Hey, you gotta get this guy out of here immediately," but he's willing to argue with these people. If this is what happened to you, you was definitely stealing and you got caught up about it and you're just upset that it occurred. And this guy is only around 20, 21 years old. He says he's been in college for 3 years, so I'm gonna assume he's 21, but I don't really know if you can go into college younger in the UK. I wouldn't imagine, at least. So whether or not he goes to jail, he's literally just making his life harder. He doesn't have a car, that's why he pushes a trolley around everywhere. There's going to be a certain point where you're not allowed into any location around there, and the only way you're going to be able to walk in and purchase something is if it's a new employee or the systems just don't catch you at the time, and then you're going to have to be looking even more suspicious and getting caught more because you're going to have your hood on, you're going to be acting weirder. He's really just damaging his life for no other reason, and ShopPOV claims that he earns money, and even in some videos he's saying that, look, I have a pound, I have 2 pounds, but he goes in and buys stuff that's gotta be more than a pound, and I don't know if the fan market in the UK is far cheaper than the US, but no matter what fan you're buying, it's probably going to be more than 5 pounds. And as well, you'll never be able to get a job at these places if you ever find yourself in hard times, so you need to get a part-time job or whatever, they're not going to hire you. And as ShopPOV has been getting bigger on YouTube, if you could even say that, more people have been leaving comments on his videos, he's been joining up with the podcast to talk about his life experience, and all he's doing is documenting his crimes and trying to gaslight his viewers into thinking the stores are the bad people, but you can just watch him and tell that he's in the wrong at 99.99% of the time. And this has really started to affect ShopPOV to the point he's now claiming that he's got a job, so people will just assume he has money, so there's no reason for him to be stealing even though he does it every single day of his life.
I'm not quitting YouTube. I will never do that. But I got a job now. I won't say the name of the company I'm working for, as I don't want people stalking me and some shit. That won't be very lovely. However, I will say what my job is about. It's about fundraising, so I work with different charities, helping them, help the people in need, because I'm the type of person that likes to help people, like I said, in need, and I donate my stuff that I don't need or don't use anymore. Someone asked me, are you homeless? No, I'm not f***ing homeless. I don't know why someone would ask me that. If I was homeless, I would not have a fully working phone. I don't want to ever see those comments asking me, am I homeless, ever again. Because that's disgusting. That's an insult. I know there'll be some people that want to like try and find me, which I'd rather you don't, because that's stalking, and if you get pulled over by the police or you're acting suspicious and you tell them what you're doing, they're going to put you in jail for like this and that. Like, I don't mind meeting up with my viewers. They have to be over 17 though. They have to be over 17 because of some people see it as a bit weird if it's like around 16, even though at the age of 16 most people are really allowed to do their own thing anyways.
So ShopPOV has been getting a lot of comments recently asking him if he's homeless, and you know, it's pretty easy to prove that ShopPOV isn't homeless. They're just messing with him because how he acts, and to prove that he's not homeless, he claims that he has a fully functioning phone, so how could he be a homeless man, even though in the US one of the easiest things to get off welfare is a functioning phone. But that's besides the point, even though I'd imagine it's very similar in the UK. But when you walk into a store and steal everything that you possibly can and get into confrontations with the security guards and try to gaslight them into believing that they're from a different shop, people are going to be asking those questions because they don't know much about you. It's the way you act and the way you come off, ShopPOV. So in his infinite wisdom to try and make sure people know that he is not a thief and that he actually earns money, he is now claiming that he has a job, and to be honest with you guys, I truly don't believe him. But if he does have a job working for a fundraising company, that is really concerning to me, because that means he will be taking funds from people and having to give them to his employer, which is very easy to steal. It's a big possibility that in the future, ShopPOV is going to be caught up for this if he actually did get a job. But that's for the future to tell, and I guess this is a great place to end the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, follow all the socials down below, comment as well, and I'll catch you guys next time.